NAACP backing a controversial post from the local Charlotte chapter. So for some context, the Charlotte chapter's president, Corinne Mack, posted on social media that Mayor Vilaus's replacement should be black and called it disturbing that white people are trying to serve as the interim mayor. The demand, as you can imagine, sparked intense debate online. In response, the NAACP North Carolina president said in part, quote, "Local NAACP branches have an obligation to raise concerns when policies or appointments risk excluding black communities from meaningful participation or progress. We respect the Charlotte branch's role in engaging these issues through advocacy rooted in outcomes, not personalities."